fellas, this is Vince Miller. Thanks so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we're in Proverbs chapter 14. I'm going to read verses 20 through 21. It says, "The poor is disliked by even his neighbor, but the rich has many friends. Whoever despises his neighbor is a sinner, but blessed is he who is generous to the poor." Now, I like these two proverbs because they make this really interesting combo platter here. You know, in the first verse, Solomon focuses on these external traits of these two men, right? By drawing our attention to the status of these two guys and the relationships of each. First, a poor man who has no friends and is despised by his neighbors. And then second, a rich man with many friends because, well, he's got money. And as we all know, this principle rings true in life, doesn't it? A man with money has many friends for many reasons. Maybe employment, influence, status, provision, whatnot. Who cares? They've just got more friends than the poor man does. But in the second verse, Solomon transitions to addressing the internal traits of a man. You'll notice he repeats a key word from the previous verse. The word is actually neighbor. And with this, he intentionally links the two proverbs together. He suggests that the wealthy man, if he is righteous, has a responsibility to be generous. His money is a means of making friends. Even Jesus said that. It's a means of caring for the poor. But he does this to the benefit of the poor and also a little bit to himself, who is rich. The benefit to the poor is probably pretty obvious, right? They need money and friends because, well, they're both in a deficit. But there's also a benefit to the rich man because generosity rescues the rich man from the sinful attraction of greed. Because as we all know, greed can lead a rich man into sin and down the road of despising those with less, bringing us back to the first verse, right? So fellas, regardless of your life situation, we learn from this duo of sayings that we need a variety of men around us to balance us as men. We need men around us who are not just like us. Just like the rich man and the poor man, we each have a benefit for each other. So do you have a man around you who will keep you humble? How about that? And do you have a man around you who you aspire to be? Think about those two questions today, right? Who is someone that you need to pursue that's not just like you? Dwell on that today, because I think that's what Solomon is teaching us here. Man, I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. If you liked this devotional, share it with someone you know. Like literally right now. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.